Hello, everyone. My name is Matthew McCollum, and I'm a sophomore here at TCC. And I'm just gonna talk a little bit about how I got here to Coweta, Oklahoma, and a little bit about my college goals and stuff. So, when I was growing up, I had a pretty good childhood. My parents were divorced, so a little bit of people think that's a bad thing, but I mean, growing up, it's been that way since I can remember. So I just kind of got used to it, and it's two Christmases and two birthdays. So I mean, it all worked out in the long run. But uh, me and my dad are both kind of hotheads. So when became a teenager, we started butting heads a lot, and we're both very smart and stuff. And I was pretty deceptive, so I would try and find ways to get around him and do things without him finding out. But he would always find out, right? Eventually over time. But anyway, when I graduated high school, I thought it'd be a good idea to throw a graduation party at his house while he was gone. And I didn't tell him, and I mean, there was alcohol and stuff there. Um, and I got kicked out, I think, week after graduating. And I was living with my grandmother's house for a little bit, and then my mother passed away shortly after that, like 2 weeks after I moved to my grandmother's, and this was a month before starting my first semester of college and at OU and stuff, and it wasn't a very great time for me. Like I was pretty emotionally distressed, and so I failed that semester, and the next one after that, I did that next semester living at my dad's place at Wussy, but like I said, I wasn't in a good headspace, and we had a falling out again, and I moved out and to live up here in Coweta, near my brother and sister, and I enrolled in TCC, and I don't really know exactly how it happened, but I kind of just started getting a little bit better at dealing with life and becoming a better person, and I've been doing a lot better in school. Like I haven't failed any more semesters since those first two, and I'm doing pretty much everything I can to make up for those things. But my dad is he's a sim instructor for the KC-135 in Altus, and his workplace is hiring sim techs. So I'm thinking about going to school in North Dakota for a year and a half or so to get a sim tech degree, so that I can work part time on the Sims and make a decent amount of money working with my dad to kind of fix our relationship. And I can also focus on going to school because I want to be a chemical engineer one day if everything works out. And if I end up going to this school, it's a college. It's not like a trade school. So if I do good at those and I make a high GPA, it just puts more distance, more time between the two semesters that I failed and the semesters that I've been doing good in. So I'm really looking forward to that. But yeah, that's just a little bit about where I came from, and all the BS I've had to go through. But life is good. I mean, you just got to find ways to appreciate it. And I mean, if you lose somebody, the best way to move on is to try and make that person proud. And I feel like that's what I'm doing for my mother, and I'm also getting back to terms with my dad. So all is good. Have a good day, y'all.